What's up, Simonics, and welcome back to your favorite show on YouTube. It is once again time for
App Review.
As always, we will inspect 3 Ionic applications today. I got quite a lot of submissions to my latest tweet, so thanks to everyone who submitted an answer. I've already stored a few of them for the next episode, so we're gonna have the next episode actually in the near future. This one was kinda, is it the first this year? I actually don't know. Anyway, the 3 applications we got today is first of all an application about finding cool activities. The second one is a Fretboard Learning application for guitar, which got a lot of good reviews and ratings. And the third one is a tiny application that has a very cool functionality and that was built in my beautiful hometown Münster in Germany. So I hope you enjoy this episode and learn a bit from the small mistakes that other developers made in their applications, and hopefully you can make it better next time. Alright, first app of the day is called Best Activities Available, Android, iOS, and as a progressive web app. Actually not sure what's happening here. We're gonna check out the native version anyway. So let's get into this. Logo is pretty clear. I like that. Let's see. I haven't seen a splash screen, it was just white, so I would definitely create a splash screen, perhaps even in that primary color, just to get the user on board. Good morning, I'd like to get started now. Stay at home, in the mood for being alone. Okay, I'm a bit confused that there's actually a second button here. I feel that get started button, that's fine, but not sure what this one is about. So if you want to put the focus on something on the first screen, I would definitely not enable the menu right here. I would just make it get started. So that brings us somehow to the inside area. Oh, I like that the images kind of fade in, and when I click on them or go over them, they actually have this nice animation, which is quite nice. They also have a shadow. I still don't know why my device isn't showing the drop shadow. Really, this app looks pretty good, but the drop shadow isn't showing. Well, it's kind of basic. Maybe I could also use that primary color up here, as here's really a lot of white in this application. Now, I definitely want to add some homemade waffles. Okay, we got a little slide here. Do we get some effect up here? No, we don't get anything. Go for it. Okay, that will just open a recipe. Yeah, I am saved to my bucket list. Cool fab button down here. The application, as you can already see on the website, is using a lot of emojis as far as I know. So we got that side menu. I actually can't drag close that side menu, so I feel like it's a kind of bit different implementation. It also kind of jumps open a bit. I don't know, that looks kind of strange. And actually, I've never seen a side menu with things at the bottom. It's kind of interesting. I can navigate faster with my thumb, so that kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it also looks a bit strange. Okay. Here's my bucket list. So it's a pretty simple application, I guess, to select your primary activities or things you want to do, shower. So I'm gonna save this to my bucket list. And now I might be able to somehow get to my bucket list. Once again, having a burger icon for the menu down here is really not that natural, but I said this before, it kind of works. Yeah, now I got 2 items on my bucket list. Here are my settings. Really, I like that the application is pretty clear. There's a little border here that you for some reason can't see. But besides that, the page is really just white. I'm sometimes not a big fan of having too many colors, but just everything is white is it's really hard. Maybe have this little CSS gradient with the red here. That could also work on your pages. I think that could actually look pretty cool. It might be hard with the Ion header and Ion content, but I'm sure you could make this somehow work. Okay, we got that, we got the settings. Story is just the about for the application, that's fine. And about is the other about of the application, of course. Actually, I'm not sure if after starting the application, a user still needs this starting intro page. Right now, I'm not sure what's the most important part of this application. So all of these have kind of the same weight. I think activities is definitely the main part of this application, and I think somehow that should be visible. I don't know how exactly, maybe put my activities to the top or something, but right now my activities has basically the same importance like settings, story, about. But if you want to make your users always get back to this page, I would make this more clear. Start is pretty useless page. You can just click on that button and then you move to activities. There's really not much to do in this application. The rest looks fine. So the fat button works, the modals work. Although I've just seen that we know if we click multiple, we're basically in multiple modals. First, on iOS, it could actually use this card layout, so you would have to, or you would see the cards now. That's pretty easy to implement with Ionic. And also, I now need to close them, and all of them close immediately. So perhaps instead of stacking modals, you could also navigate within that modal. I had a quick win or some kind of tutorial on the Ionic blog about this. Basically, if you're already in a modal and then click something else, you could just push that inside of the modal. So you have a regular navigation inside of the modal and then you can just go back. Right now, closing those modals, those stacked modals actually feels a bit strange. Finally, the filter right here isn't working at all, I guess, or I have to click. Okay, I can click on these and I can change them. Okay, that wasn't clear to me, maybe because I'm an idiot. Actually, I think this is pretty cool. Maybe put a little arrow in there that I can change this if others are as stupid as me. But overall, I think it's a nice application. It works good in most of the places. I can do cool things. It has a really clean UI. In some places, perhaps a bit too clean. And also, the navigation is a bit strange. As I said, there's not too much or not enough focus on the main part of this application in my eyes. And also, this inside navigation here could be improved, and it could also use the standard iOS cards for modals in the future. But otherwise, go check it out. If you need some activities for your free time, check out Best Activities /English, I think. Now, I'm kind of curious about the second application, as I picked this up some time ago inside Reddit, where someone posted this little video, a little teaser about a Fretboard Learning application. That video was actually pretty cool. I never had something like this for my application. And I checked out the application on the App Store and it had a lot of good reviews. So if Fretboard Learning could load, that would be great. 38 ratings and a pretty good star rating. So let's check this application out. The first thing I noticed is that Fretboard Learn, that's perhaps not the best name for iOS. Just name it Fretboard or just Learning, or I don't know, but that doesn't work on iOS. Okay, we have a splash screen, that's good. It's easing me into the application and it disappears pretty good. That header looks a bit like from a website in the 90s, like I did back then, but it's not too bad, it's actually okay. Okay, we got pretty clear cards in here, nice and easy to pick. Maybe I would like to have some sort of introduction to the screen, to the application, so I don't know what exactly I can do with this application, but well, the tab bar is actually cool. It's not the standard these days, it's more like, I don't know, iOS 6 or 5 or 4, to have this kind of, what's it called? I forgot the name. But anyway, could work in the application. I like that we're in the center, we're in the most important part. I already know that games should be pretty important. To the left we got settings. Okay, a clear, that is really a great example of a pretty clear settings screen. We just get the colors look fine, you know what's active, what not, where you can click with the arrows. Perhaps I might remove the detail arrow if you also have an icon, because that looks a bit strange. And also we got this Get Pro up here. If you want to use this to really purchase the application, I might make this part a bit more dominant inside the application. But this screen is a pretty good explanation, and I like the switch here, and that's really cool implementation. I think that's how you do it. but maybe put a bit more emphasis on this Get Pro. I don't know, maybe a big banner button up here, Go Pro, to get whatever cool benefit. Inside tools, we got all the tools someone with a guitar needs. That's cool. Can I do something? Oh no, I don't want to mess up everything. Yeah, you can do something in there. Circle of... I'm not that good, but that looks pretty cool. That is a cool animation down here. Don't know, perhaps it's just some CSS going on. The switch up here, of course, that's a little CSS animation or perhaps Ionic animation, but that is pretty nice implementation, really cool. Okay, we have the games, I will get back there. We get the Explore tab. This is just an image. No, it's actually something we can use. Interesting. Perhaps it's a canvas where you can click on and notes disappear. That's cool. That's really cool. My profile, no data, level 0. Okay, at least we got the Get Pro in all screens up here. At the top level we got it in almost all screens, not in games. Still, it's really not that dominant. Maybe there's a pop-up coming up every now and then, but I haven't seen it. So let's locate the note on the fretboard. Press start. Really? Can you see this? Oh, come on. Why are you not broadcast? There it is. So there's actually a little pulse animation on that button that tells you to start. That start looks actually a bit lost in this huge button. I don't know if I would make the size bigger or the font weight bigger. I would maybe play around a bit with that. But I like the pulse animation. Could actually pulse maybe a bit more to let you know, okay, get started here. Okay, this is an A. I found the A. What's going on? What C? I'm not gonna try this now. C should be then. No, they're cool. There's gamification inside this application, and there are little sounds. I don't know if you heard them right now, but there was a little sound that I managed this level. That's really interesting. It's like gamified learning inside this application with little sounds. I really like a lot about this application. So here we got this little Get Pro. That's actually okay to put it in there. I think this application does a lot of things right. We have a nice color theme. We have this little play-ish tab bar buttons, which look pretty good in this combination. We have a nice Purchase Pro screen that definitely looks pretty good. We have cool animations and gamifications implemented in this application. The colors are consistent through the whole application in all the places that I've seen so far. The only thing that I might change is make this Get Pro a bit more dominant, or perhaps it's coming up after you take like 2 games. But if you want to get more users to purchase the Pro version, I think you could show it a bit more often and a bit more dominant. Not just like a little text up there. Let's like more settings or legal. It's not really that popular up here. Maybe just a banner up here, GoPro, with the cool colors that you also used in here. I think that could work. Otherwise, if you're playing guitar, definitely check out this application. I think this is a very, very helpful application, and of course you can get started for free, and it also comes with an iPad version, so perhaps also check out the iPad version. Looks as well pretty cool, consistent color, so great job Mustafa Awas. Third and last application of the day is called Socialiy, whatever. It's actually made from my hometown in Germany, and usually I have foreign languages that I don't understand. Today perhaps the app is in a language that you don't understand, but we will give it a try. Let's check it out. Socialiy. I have to sign in directly with my account. Let's try what happens if I navigate around. Not much, but we haven't seen this very often. That is actually a very good idea. It's even better than having an introduction with different steps that you can slide through. This is directly a video from which you will see the benefit of using this application. I actually don't know what the application is about, some kind of business card. Now let's try and register. I'm gonna register. I'm always interested in how people display this. Okay, it definitely looks pretty cool, although I maybe don't know immediately why I have to sign up, so perhaps some kind of quick introduction could be necessary. Okay, this is some kind of near field communication. There's a shop. I don't have any contacts, so let's just sign up with Apple. All right, let's see. We got this nice little loading animation. I have to edit my profile. Actually, okay, that's the reason why my name looked so strange. It really looked like a way too big input field, but it had a floating button. So let's say, no, that's not really my name. I'm usually Simon. That's the name. I actually, okay, looks like I get a real profile name. Can I visit this? It looked something like this /Simon. Can I look this? Oh, I must be one of the first users of that application. That Simon is still available. So now I can, I guess, present a QR code. I can add this to my wallet. I can edit my profile. Okay, a lot of settings that I can do. And I think I can now, yeah, add my social profiles. Let's just add something like Instagram. That should probably open. Okay, it doesn't open anything. Looks like this. Let's add this. Insta. Can I just add this? Okay, now Instagram was added. Do I see this? Okay, I see this. And immediately I see it in here. So I guess I think in the backend something like Firebase is used. Especially cool is this. This means to share my profile via near field communication. So I can click it. So it looks like the other application doesn't have, or the other phone doesn't have, or doesn't. The other person doesn't need that application. One thing I note is that here we actually got this cool header through which you can see the background, but at the top everything is white. So I maybe would make this like full screen up until here and don't use the status bar in there. I can also show something else. I can activate my tag. Okay, now that's really cool. I haven't seen this in a lot of Ionic application, but once again shows that you can really access all the native functionality using near field communication with this scanner. However this works is a pretty native functionality, and it works with Ionic just as it would with other applications. This would most likely show my other contacts that I've met. How can I now edit more? Okay, I can change my profile picture. I can add other links. Of course, I want to add the Ionic Academy.com. I want to call this Learn Ionic. No picture right now. Let's just give it a try. Okay, for whatever reason, I can't add this. So if you disable a button, I would always recommend that you at least show some kind of error. Perhaps it's because I haven't added a background picture. Most likely that's the reason. Maybe the URL is wrong, I don't know. But if you disable the button and you don't have any hint about what's going on, that's usually a bad sign. What can I do in here? Okay, I can search those cards, that's fine. This is cool animation which copies my my profile, which I'm still amazed that I'm the first person. And besides that, there's not too much anymore to this application, but this major functionality here is really interesting, and especially this here's actually the video behind the header, so the developer knows how to do this. I would do this in other places as well. I really think having a video of your application can show the use case. It looks nice with this card overlapping the video a bit. A pretty cool design. Perhaps this screen, I don't know, could... I think this is a bit too big. I know this is the main part, but maybe I would also add another button for editing your links somewhere here or towards the bottom, and just make this a bit smaller and your image, because the editing on this screen is actually one of the most important parts, which opens all these settings. So just as in the application before, I would make that part a bit more dominant so the user knows exactly where to edit the most important part of this functionality. I don't know if this only works in Germany, but otherwise definitely give it a try. Socialiy whatever /app, and you can also check out my profile /Simon. The text in here is in German. The application is also basically in German. I don't know if it's available in other stores, but from the other or UI, it's pretty straightforward, and I especially like this video in the background. Alright, Alright, and that's it for today's app review episode. I hope you enjoyed these 3 applications. I definitely did. There was something in each of them that we could learn. So from the first applications we had this kinda strange navigation with a side menu at the bottom and the navigation controller that didn't use those iOS cards at the top and also kinda stacked all these modals, which didn't look too good. In the second application we had a great layout, great color scheme, great functionalities across the application. The only thing that might or could be improved was the whole focus on the pro mode. So if you want to monetize your applications, I know you don't want to spam your users all the time with GoPro, get the best app, but just having a very tiny text at the top might be a bit or might not be enough in that case. So make it a bit more dominant, show the users the benefit of your pro mode and really make it enticing to get that upgrade. Finally, third application was pretty simple, but I really enjoyed seeing near field communication included in an Ionic application. I haven't seen that lately. I also really haven't used that very often besides my Apple Wallet, but implementing this functionality is definitely possible with Ionic and Capacitor these days. Really, you can implement all native functionalities that are available. I hope you enjoyed this. Give this video a like. Check out my Ionic Academy if you also want to build Ionic applications yourself and want to learn more about Ionic, and I hope to catch you inside our next video. So have a great week and take care, and I will catch you next week like always. So happy coding, Simon.